I remember a couple of years ago. I don't know, it was like maybe 6 years ago, when Charlie first was out here. I remember there was an event that he was at. He was young then. He was like 24, I think, at the time. Yeah, yeah, just about. And President Trump was, talking to him and saying how great he was and all of that. And I remember President Trump said, "Man, that kid, one day he's gonna be president. One day he's gonna be president." That's what President Trump said about 6 years ago in reference to Charlie. And today, September 10th, a day before 9/11, September 10th, Charlie Kirk assassinated in broad daylight. Is that a coincidence, friends? I don't think so. I don't think so. A friend of mine earlier, we were talking, and he reminded me of the film New Jack City. And he sent me a clipping of it, actually, just to remind me of the scene where they were in a restaurant having a meeting of some sort, and then Denzel Washington was this character, and he walks out and he goes walking down the street, and he goes in front of this gentleman, and the guy was out there doing something, and he pulls out the gun, and the guy says, "You're gonna shoot me out here in broad daylight in front of all these people?" And he pulled the trigger. Boom. That was a message being sent to everybody within this movie, right? To that community of whatever it was, that we're going to do it, and we're going to do it in broad daylight. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it in broad daylight so that everybody sees, and everybody will know that it's being done. And so this, friends, is exactly what happened to Charlie Kirk today, is that the left has sent a message, and they took out a major person in this movement that was able to get to the youth, the campus youth, where ideas are being debated. That's what Charlie Kirk was all about. He wanted to debate your ideas. He wanted to know why you thought the things you thought and why. This is who he was. So it's always been said, to have a good debate, ideas are formed on our college campuses. And so Charlie Kirk went to where the talk was, where the conversations were to happen. They happen on college campuses where people are being brainwashed. Our children are being brainwashed. They can't think for themselves. And so Charlie wanted to challenge those things. Hey, you can think for yourself. Hey, you can have your own ideas. What are your thoughts? Why do you think this? And why do you think that? And that's what he did. He went out there to challenge and debate thoughts. But today, they killed him. They murdered him. They assassinated him because he dared to make the youth think. That's what happened today. And Charlie was making headway. Turning Point USA was touching the youth. They were touching young Americans everywhere. That's what Charlie was doing. And the left saw that. They saw the power of Charlie Kirk, and they killed him. They murdered him. They assassinated him today. Disgusting. It's vile, and it is disgusting. I'm going to play another short clipping. This one was earlier. I think this was Megyn Kelly. This was when the news was coming through.
News outlets reporting the worst right now, Glenn. I don't know what I'm waiting for before I report it. I trust just the news. I trust Deseret. What are we waiting for, like the AP to say it? We don't trust that more than we trust these. They're reporting that Charlie has died. That he's dead. At the age of 31. Which he would have to be if that video was real.
There's no way he survived that. The thing is, it had to have happened quickly.
Right. Right. If you see the video, you do not see any suffering.
No.
He appears to have been spared the horrific moments after that the girl on the Charlotte train wasn't, when she knew she was dying or she knew something terrible had happened.
I don't think
In the
Charlie.
videos, it's clear Charlie went down. He went down quickly.
So, and they're right. I don't think he suffered, but I think he was probably dead right in that moment, because you guys go on Twitter, you see the video. I don't want to play it here because I don't want the video to be censored. So, but once I said it earlier, when he got shot, I mean, the bullet hit, and this gush of blood just, wow. This thing was professional. I don't know anything about shootings. I don't know anything. This is where it was. This was just a few minutes before. He was throwing stuff out there to the audience, and then everybody piped down. He took the mic, and he was sitting to start the talks. Let's play it again. And you see there, and he just had on a plain t-shirt. He didn't have any like body armor on, like protective gear or anything like that. I'm looking, I don't see like his security people. Like, did he have security? Like, of course he should have security. I'm sure he did, but again, I don't know. And this was a professional hit job. This was an assassination. And where whoever it was above, higher, and they were far away. And it was a single shot, one single shot. And the blood, like, I didn't even expect to see that. Like, I was looking at a video and it was up close, and you saw the shot, and you saw. That's how bad it was. There's no way. Like, for him to have gotten, just to try to stop the bleeding, as the way it was pouring out, just to try to stop the bleeding. You couldn't stop it. It was like a big hole, I could tell you, because of the amount of, it was like a faucet opening up and pouring out of blood. There's no way for him to have gotten to medical, or medical to get to him, for him to have survived this thing. It was done. Well, right there, once that bullet hit him, it was done.